Good morning, folks, and welcome to Power to Negotiate. My name is Reed, and today we're going to talk about something that is very important. I call it the what's in it for me approach. Every time that you talk to someone, I want you to, before you pick up the phone, I want you to ask yourself, what's in it for me from their perspective? Now, the reason I do that is most people are only interested in themselves. And if I can approach someone and tell them right off the first two sentences how I can help them, chances are they're going to want to listen to what I have to say if the offer is attractive enough. Now, let me give you an example. I call you up and you have a house for sale and I say, I'd like to buy your house and pay you less than market value. What are you going to say? Click. You're going to hang up on me. Let me go ahead and change that. Hi, my name is Reed, and I'm a real estate investor that helps people save their credit and stop foreclosure. I noticed in the public records your situation, and I have helped lots of people in the past save their credit and stop foreclosure. Is now a good time to talk? Now, if they're facing foreclosure and they're in bad shape, guess what they don't have? They don't have the time to sell it traditionally. So probably your only alternative is to go through someone like me. Well, guess what? I just gave them a solution to their problem. Now, did I do the same thing? Yes, I'm going to buy it for less than market value. But what did they hear? They heard the benefits to them. And I want you to always ask yourself, what are the features and what are the benefits that you bring to the equation? Because every time you talk to someone, you want to tell them the benefits of how it helps them. Now, at the same time, you're going to benefit from this as well. You don't need to mention your benefits. Are you going to benefit? Sure, otherwise you're not going to do it. But they don't need to know it because, frankly, they don't care. Now, you can mention that after you get to know them a little bit and say, now, of course, I'm a real estate investor. The only way I can do this is if I can buy properties for less than market value and turn out and sell them for a little bit below market value and make a profit. If I don't make a profit, I can't do this. Is that fair? Of course you can do that, but guess what? They really don't care. They're only interested in what's in it for them. And every time you make a phone call, ask yourself, what's the benefit that I'm bringing? If I don't have a benefit, don't call them yet. Now, if you're talking to someone that's trying to buy a property from you, and what's the benefit you can bring to them? Let's say that you're doing a lease option. No banks required. I do lease options. We're going to get you into the house, and here's how we're going to do this. And you find out what their needs are, and you work with them to get into the house of their dreams, that in a way that they can afford and help build their credit. Now, along the way, you're going to be doing tremendous things for yourself. They don't care about that. They're interested in what benefits they receive. So every time I talk to someone, what's in it for them? Now, when I go out and meet someone, knock on the door, we've already set an appointment, and they show me through the house, what I want to do is I want to establish rapport while I'm talking to them. And so I'm going to let them lead the way, and I'll ask them questions. And I want to have an attitude that I've done this before. It isn't my first rodeo. And as I go through this, I want to find out a little bit about their situation because, quite frankly, I don't care about the house. I don't care if the house is on the left side of the street or on the right side of the street. I don't care where it is if it's a good deal. Now, obviously, I care about the condition because that's going to make it harder or easier to sell. But my main concern is, what is their situation? So I'll let them start to talk about the property. And then I'll start asking them questions about their situation. Remember, the three things I'm looking for a motivated seller: the dreadful alternative, the time crunch, and the pain. If they have those three, they're motivated. If they don't have those three, chances are I'm wasting my time. Now, have you ever done a deal with someone that didn't have those three? Yep, sure have. Guess what? It's harder. I would rather ask them a tough question up front and not waste my time rather than spending 4 or 5 hours negotiating with someone and have them say, no, really not interested. Click. If I only deal with motivated sellers, my success rate is going to be exponentially higher than if I just make offers out there to 100 house sellers. So everybody I talk to, I'm always looking for what is their situation, what do they really, really, really want. Here's a question that Jan Leach once asked me. She said, if you could do anything you wanted and know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you'd be successful at it, what would it be? Question number 2, what steps would you have to take to make that happen? Every person you talk to has a problem. Otherwise, you shouldn't be talking to them. And you have a solution. What steps do you need to take to make that solution happen for them? And in closing, I want to leave you with one final word of advice. If there's a problem and you have the solution, it's not a problem. If there's a problem and you don't have the solution, it's a problem.